Allie. Join me as I show you how to make this Interlock Herringbone Bracelet, which is one of the kits featured in this month's kit subscription box. Remember, each month you get 3 kits and you can design and get surprised by having a new project ready to go. If you need the materials for this or you want to check out the subscription kits, you can go below the video into the description, hit that show more button, and it'll get you links back to the site. Gather up your materials or open up your box and let's get started. To start, we are going to be using some 8/0 seed beads. I have 2 colors of 11s and then my 6mm pearl, as well as a 3-strand clasp. I'm starting with some green size 6 dragon thread and I have a size 10 needle on it. I'm going to drop 4 beads down next to that stop bead, and we're going to start with a ladder stitch. The ladder stitch is the best way to get started when it comes to herringbone and the easiest one to work with. I'm going to go back through the first 2 beads right next to that stop bead and bring that down right next to that stop bead. I'm then going to also go through beads number 3 and 4, but you'll notice how they're sitting right next to one another. And then we're going to pick up 2 more beads, go back through row number 2, adding row number 3 and back through row number 3 that you just added. 2 more, and we're going to do this for a total of 7 rows. Add 2, go through circling the last 2, and then back through the 2 that you just added. That's 4 rows, 5, back up through, 6 rows, and then we'll get the 7th row in there. The reason we're doing 7 rows is because we are going to do 2 rows of our herringbone stitch on either side, and then each row of herringbone stitch is going to utilize 2 of your ladder stitch beads. Once you're there, you're going to go back up through your last row, and I want you to reverse and turn the thread then. So we're going to turn it up, and then your stop bead is going to be right there at the bottom, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. We're going to go in and we're going to build up the exteriors of our herringbone. We're going to build up these 2 right here and these 2 right here. We're creating a little frame almost with the herringbone for our beads to sit inside. As we do so and get ready to do that, because we're going back and forth, we're actually going to start adding and attaching our clasp. Do you want to know how to save over 50% on jewelry making kits? With the monthly kit subscription, you'll get 3 new kits for as little as $49.99. Remember, that's for 3 kits. That's a savings of up to $70 per box, plus you get free domestic shipping. Visit PotomacBeads.com/subscribe or click on the link in the description. As you're coming out the last one here, you're going to grab 2 more beads, which is going to be your first herringbone row. You're going to come out of row number 7 and you're going to sew down row number 6. Those 2 beads kind of sit like a Y open. And as I'm coming out here, I'm going to grab my first loop of my strand for my clasp. Loop through that clasp, and you can always attach this after, but since we're here, we're going to do it. We're going to sew back up now through row number 5. We're going to sew then down through row number 4. As you sew down through row number 4, you're going to go through the next loop of your clasp. And we'll come back and reinforce this too another time around, but while we're here, we're going in and adding it. You're going to go up through row number 3. Then you're going to come down row number 2, and as you come down row number 2, same thing, go through the loop. So it's kind of nice because you have the clasp added on right away. We're going to go back up through number 1, loop that around there, and then we're going to add our 2 beads here, 1 and 2. We're going to let that sit down on the side, fold those open, and there you can see you have basically your first row of your herringbone. Coming out here, we're going to go back through the clasp, looping through that loop, back up through number 3 line of seed beads. We're going to go down number 4, so you're just basically traveling around it. As you come down through number 4, you're going to go through the clasp. You're then going to go up number 5, down number 6 through the clasp, up through number 7. Now we're going to go more into that traditional herringbone style. So that was kind of to put the clasp on, and now we go into that traditional style. So we have our next row of a herringbone that we're going to add 1 and 2 beads. We come down through bead number 2 after exiting through bead number 1. When we're in the middle here in the center, we're going to go in and we are going to add 1 of our turquoise 11-0, 1 of our 6mm bead, oops, and then another 1 of the turquoise 11-0. Going over to the opposite side, I'm going to go to bead number 2 on that first row. I'm going to go from the bottom towards the top, going up, and then we're going to add 2 beads, 1 and 2, and we're going to go down through bead number 2. That is going to get your 3rd row of your seed beads. So see how it kind of sits in the middle there? When you're doing herringbone stitch, your thread is going to come off to the side. When it does, you're going to add 1 of your little 11-0s in the lighter color. You don't have to do this. You can keep it nice and seamless, like the gold one here, where you don't really see the thread along the side, but you don't have any extra beads. So we're going to add 1 bead along the side here in our lighter color. And I'm going to flip it in my hand because it's easier to explain on the side here. 1 bead gets added, and you're going to go back into the beads that you just added in that 3rd row. As you do a herringbone, it gets easier and easier to work with. Adding that 1 bead on that outer edge, I'm going to add 2 beads now for my next row of my herringbone stitch. Coming out bead number 1, I go down bead number 2. So you're up 1, add 2, down 2, your 2nd bead. Here in the middle, we're not going to add another purl, but we are going to add another 11-0 seed bead. So through the purl, add 1 more 11-0 seed bead, so up through bead number 1 of the last row. Add 2 more beads, so down through bead number 2. As you owe those 2 more beads, and so down through number 2, the 2 beads you just added kind of sit in that Y. I'm going to flip it in my hand again, add an 11-0 seed bead, and step up into the row you just finished. As we step up into the row that we just finished, we add 2 more beads to create our next row. Up through bead number 1, add 2 beads, down through bead number 2. Now, when we're in the middle here, we're going to do a row of some seed beads. To do the row of some seed beads, we are going to add 1 and 2 of our lighter seed bead color, 1 and 2 of the darker seed bead color, 1 and 2 of the lighter, and then over into bead number 1 of that 8-0 side. As we're in there, we're going to add 2 more 8s, 1 and 2, down through bead number 2, and you can see I'm switching it in my hand as I work through the herringbone. As I switch it and I'm in that hand there, off to the side I'm coming, I add 1 11-0 and go back up through the last bead that I just added. Now I'm not going to switch this at all in my hands as I'm holding on to it so you can see a little bit easier. I add beads 1 and 2. I'm coming out through bead number 1. I go into bead number 2. Just like I did with the pearls where I shared it, I'm going to share beads 1, 2, and 3, going into that same grouping of our 6 seed beads and up through bead number 1 of my next herringbone row. Add 2 beads and go down through bead number 2. As I do this, again, I'm going to keep it so I'm not switching. I'm going to step back up through that last herringbone row that I just finished. Grab an 11-0 for on the side and back up through your 2nd bead that you just added in that herringbone stitch. Once you're there and have added that 2nd bead, you're going to add 1 and 2 of your 8s, still creating that frame. Go down through bead number 2. And as you go down through bead number 2 and you separate those out, we're going to go back and add a purl again. 11, purl 11. And we're going over to the opposite side and up through the 1st bead of that herringbone row that sits opposite. Add 2 more beads, beads number 1 and bead number 2, coming down through the 2nd bead of that herringbone stitch. Along the side then, 11-0 goes on, and you're stepping back up to the center of the group of 2 seed beads you put on. In goes 2 8s, down through bead number 2. Again, I'm not flipping it so you can see. Here in the middle, I'm going to grab an 11 and we're going to share the pearl. So when it comes to the seed bead row, we share the whole seed bead row. I don't add any extra beads. When it comes to the pearl, I just add an 11 before and after the pearl as I'm sewing through it over to the next side of my herringbone stitch. When I come out there, I add 2 more beads. Coming out through bead number 1, I sew down through bead number 2. As I finish bead number 2, back up through, whoops, I forgot to add an 11, I'm sorry about that. Add your 11-0 seed bead, and then after adding your 11-0 seed bead, you sew back up through that herringbone row. As you sew back up through that herringbone row, give a nice tight pull because I stretched out my thread to tighten it up. From here, I'm just going to go in and continue that same exact steps. So I'm adding onto my herringbone 2 beads, coming down through the second bead of that herringbone row. As I get to the center here, and I'm not going back through the pearl, I know that because I already have 2 beads there, I'm going to add 1 and 2 of my light topaz, 1 and 2 of the turquoise, 1 and 2 of the light topaz, over to the opposite side, which is going to go right along the pearl. Now, right along the pearl here, you'll notice that this sits kind of close. When you go over to the second side and you have that second one there, you're going to go down through your second bead, and when you come up along the side, and you can use certainly the turquoise along the side if you want a little splash of color on the exterior, you're going to add your 2 beads, come down through bead number 2, and then once again, go through those 6 seed beads and up through bead number 1 of that second side of your herringbone. Add 2 more beads and in to bead number 2. Now here's where I'm going to go back to flipping it because it's easier to control. I add my seed bead along the side, go on up through, add these 2, 1 and 2 8/0s, come down through, and then when I'm done having gone through those seed beads a second time, and you can tell because it'll be straighter then, that's where you go back in, and then we're on repeat, adding in our pearl, adding in our seed bead, back up through on the opposite row. When we complete this row and we come back, we add an 11-0 and we share going through the pearl. And here, as you can see, like as I go through the herringbone stitch and go along the sides is as I'm switching it in my hand and flipping it from one side to the other. Coming down that herringbone row, add my 11, go into that brass pearl. After I come out the brass pearl, I add another 11, step up to the herringbone, and then I'm going to add 1 more row of beads for the side of the herringbone stitch. This is the exact same process that you're going to do the whole length of your bracelet. Once you're done with the length for your wrist here, and it's going to be fun to see different colorways too if you put the turquoise on the outside or turquoise down from the lines, we're going to go in and create our ladder stitch. Now to create our ladder stitch, we're coming out of the end row here. We're going to add 1 and 2 beads just like we've been doing, and we're going to go up, coming out bead number 2 there, or going into bead number 2, we're going to sew down. We're going to go back over and retrace our steps through basically the first row of beads there, through that first bead, and then the second bead that we just added. Nice and tight, we're going to go back up through those 2 beads. So we're still doing the ladder stitch. We're just using the last 2 rows of herringbone to start it. Add 2 more beads, go into the top of the beads that your thread is currently coming out of, back into the 2 beads that you just added. Once again, 1 and 2 beads into the opposite side of where your thread is coming out. Get those to sit next to it and back through the 2 you just added. 5th row here, down through the 2 you were in, up through the 2 you just added. And now you can see that those 3 rows in the middle get me back to the starter side. I'm going to add 1 11-0 seed bead and sew down through that first bead in the next herringbone row. From here, I'm going to go back through the previous row, just like we're doing if we're adding another row, up through the 2 beads, the one that was already there from the herringbone, as well as the one that I added. I'm going to go over to the last row of the herringbone, sewing through it, adding another 8/0 to close up that gap and down through those 2 beads there. Coming out on the edge here, I'm going to go back into those beads along the side, and that closes up my ladder stitch. And then it's a basically seamless line from ladder start to ladder finish. Now what we're going to do is attach to our clasp over here. So to attach to the clasp, I'm going to, coming out of my last row, sew into that first loop, making sure that that clasp sits correctly. I'm going to sew back into row number 2. Going to sew out row number 3 through the clasp, up row number 4, down 5 and through the clasp, up 6, and over from 6 down through 7. As I'm coming down through 7, I'll pull that clasp over a little bit more, going through the clasp, down through 7, and center the clasp going up through 6, down through, over there as well. So you're just sewing up and down, kind of reinforcing, and when you come out along the edge and a loop is by it, go ahead and grab onto it. So the loops will kind of sit between the rows here as you're working with it. Up it goes, down to the next one, and through. Most of the time you're putting on a clasp, it's just like sewing on a button. Wherever you go through that little eyelet, back up through on the other side. Now, both on the starter side, we got to get rid of that starter thread, and we've got to get rid of the thread on this side. If you want to, you can take your thread through your clasp one more time. I'm going to go in and grab onto my bridge thread right underneath here. I'm going to sew underneath the bridge thread. I'm actually underneath 2 of them. No beads on, just sewing under the bridge thread. I'm going to make a loop, sew through the loop once, sew through the loop a second time from the same direction, otherwise it's just going to come apart. Give a nice tight pull there, getting that sewer's knot down into your project. Take your needle and thread then, sew away from that knot into a different section of the bracelet. Do the same thing one more time and then burn off the thread end. That then has that nice slide tube clasp linked on to both sides, and you have your nice thick herringbone bracelet. Thanks so much for joining me in creating this interlock bracelet. Remember, there are lots of different varieties that you can put down the middle if you want to switch up the pearls to crystals or even to multi-hold beads as well. If you do want to check out the subscription box that this is part of, you can go below the video in the descriptions, check out links to get back to our website where you can gather everything up. If you haven't yet, hit that little subscribe button so you don't miss anything from us here at Potomac Beads. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for more inspirational designs.